You tell yourself lie after lie after lie, and those lies that you tell yourself is what keeps you in the rut. It's what keeps you stuck. It's what keeps you from moving forward, because again, you're always stuck on the negative. You're not seeing the good in anyone. You're not seeing the good in yourself. You're not seeing the good in situations. And because you're not seeing the good, then you continue to just believe what you believe is to be true. Welcome to another episode of Becoming with Angelina Watkins, where we are turning dreamers into believers and doers, where we share our stories of how we have overcome, reached a level of success, and is living life on our terms. We are here to give you a fresh perspective and the blueprint to win at love, life, and money. And I'm your host, Angelina Watkins, your queen of becoming, where I am here to help you become who you're supposed to be so you can do what you're supposed to do, so you can live the life that you want to live. And I do that by getting you unstuck and unbothered, okay? So if you are not living the life you want and you want to create the life you want and live life on your terms, then I want you to go to the description and hit the link in the bio, gettingunstuckandunbothered.com/challenge, and join my challenge where I will be teaching you and giving you instructions on how to get unstuck. Remove the obstacles that are in your way, keeping you from living the life that you want. Okay? Now, today's episode is about getting unstuck. I'm going to show you how to identify if you are stuck. Now, you probably say most people know if they're stuck or not, but that's really not true. There's a lot of folks out there that don't even understand that they have gotten very comfortable with their discomfort. They have settled and they don't think that there's anything else they can do, and so they've just kind of accepted life the way it is, and they don't even realize, they just think that this was their life that they're supposed to live, and they don't even realize they're stuck. So I'm going to give you the identifiers to show you how you're unstuck. But before we get into that, I want to share my weekend with you. Last weekend, March 12th, I went to the New Edition concert, and I wanted to share my experience as well as give you a little teachable moment here, right? You all, I love New Edition. I love New Edition. I do. I have rocked with them since Candy Girl and Is This the End and Mr. Telephone Man. And then, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, that video. I wanted to be in that video. I wanted to be that girl. And I just thought if I could maybe just grow some hair, I could be the video girl and be a New Edition girlfriend. Okay? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I love the girl, who cares who you like? Cool it now. Okay. I love it. Okay, I've been there for everything. I've been there through the breakups. I've been there through the solo albums and the group albums and the reuniting and the movies and the arguments and I'm mad at you and we not friends to coming back together. But I never thought that I would ever be able to see them live. I had pretty much almost just given up on that. Because growing up, I could never go to concerts, right? I couldn't, that was just one of those things that we were not allowed to do growing up in the church. And so I just never got to go to a New Edition concert. And by the time I got older and got in control of my life to possibly go to a concert, well, they weren't together anymore. They weren't touring. I just didn't have those options of going to a concert. So I thought I'd never get to see them. Finally did get to see BBD with Bobby Brown a few years ago, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it. Great performance there. They are entertainers of the most, but it was still always my desire to see New Edition live in concert. And I just didn't think it was going to happen. After that movie, we thought they were going to go on tour. Then they fell out and there was no tour. BBD came out with their own album and Johnny Gilden came out with albums. And it's like they're never going to get back together. Then all of a sudden, they reconcile and they come out with this tour. And my dream is now manifesting. My dream of always wanting to see New Edition. And I wanted to share that just because I wanted to tell you all. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the things that you want to do. Don't give up on the things that you want to see and the places you want to go, because they can happen. They just don't always happen when you want them to happen. And I know this is one of those things that weren't in my control. I couldn't control whether or not New Edition came back together and had a concert, but I wanted to show you that no matter what, we gotta have patience. Patience in reaching our dreams and creating the life that we want. Create your bucket list of the things that you want to do, the things you want to experience, and the places you want to go. And I guarantee you, if you create the bucket list and you look at the bucket list often, you will then begin to think about what's on the bucket list. And what you think about then be manifests, because one, you'll begin to do things and your behaviors will begin to follow your thoughts for you to be able to manifest that dream. Two, because you didn't put it out there and you're really thinking about it, God makes a way. This was a God thing for me. I didn't make New Edition come together, but God caused New Edition to reconcile and have this concert so that I can go. The point is, you gotta keep your mind focused on the positive things that you want to do and where you want to go and the things you want to achieve. And when you do that, that's the only way for the things in your life to begin to manifest, and for you to be able to create the life you want and live out your dreams and do the things that you want on your terms. So when we talk about living life on your terms, you have to determine what is your terms. Some of you have not decided what's your terms. You're not dreaming. You're not setting the goal. You're not deciding what you want out of life. You're not deciding what you want to accomplish and where you want to go. Living life on your terms starts with you deciding what you want, not everyone else deciding what you should have. Okay? So start dreaming. All right? Start dreaming. All right, so I want to talk about getting unstuck. Unstuck. Well, really not really getting unstuck, but identifying that you're stuck, because there's lots of us who are stuck where we are and we don't even realize it. And so I want to give you some identifiers to start identifying that you're stuck and not living the life that you want. And because there's certain mental and emotional things that go along with being stuck, for you to be able to identify that you're kind of in a rut, that you've settled, that you have become content when we're not meant to be content. Well, maybe I'm using the wrong word. You can be content, but you're not satisfied. Some of you have become satisfied with what you've settled for and decided that this is all I can have, when that's really just not true. And so I kind of want to talk about how you can start identifying whether or not you are stuck, so that you can start making decisions for yourself of how to get unstuck. And again, we have the Getting Unstuck and Unbothered Challenge to help you all get unstuck and start living out your dreams. But first, you got to dream. All right. So one of the things about being stuck is that your true self wants to express something that your false self doesn't want you to express. Okay. You're kind of stuck in this, I don't know what to call it, but you're kind of stuck in this unleveled, unbalanced identity where you want to be free, you want to do something, you want to go somewhere, you want to be somebody, you want to do more. And then there's that you that says, no, you can't do that. And so you've got this inner conflict going on and this battle within you going on. And that battle of you that says, no, you can't, is winning right now. But there's a part of you that's really fighting to get out. There's a part of you that's really fighting to be able to express yourself and be able to do what you want to do and say what you want to say and go where you want to go. But that inner one that is holding you back is much stronger. And so what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to build up your mental toughness, and you're going to have to heal some emotions so that that person who wants to come out and shine can overcome and overtake that inner person who wants to hide and show a false you to the world. And so you're carrying around emotional baggage, hurts and pains from the past that you may not even realize that you're carrying. So many of us have had past traumas. We've had bad experiences, negative experiences at work, at school, in home, church, wherever it may be. And we carry that. And what we do is we say, oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm good, but you're really not. What you've done is you swept it under the rug, what's happened, and you've put it in the far places of your mind so that you don't think about it, instead of dealing with those feelings and dealing with the emotion of it all and dealing with the mental parts of it, and addressing it so that you can resolve it and be able to move on. And we've learned to cope by ignoring, avoiding, and pretending that it's not there. And we do this over and over again. And so for every experience we have, it's just piling up because we get it, throw it. We get it, we throw it. We get it and we throw it. And we sweep it under the rug, whatever you want to do. Some of y'all throw it over the wall, some of y'all sweep it under the rug. But whatever you do, you're not addressing it. And so then you end up having all of this emotional baggage on you that you're carrying, right? And now you are stuck. And you don't even realize you're stuck because you've been telling yourself all this time, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm good. I ain't going to worry about it. Can't nothing affect me. You've just pretended as if it was okay by blocking out the feeling and not feeling it. And so I want to go over a few identifiers. There's lots of identifiers, but I'm going to go over the main identifiers as to how you can determine that you are stuck and it's time for you to get unstuck. And one of those is your default thinking is negative. You're always thinking negatively, whatever. You know what I'm saying. So you're always thinking negative and you're not seeing the good side of things. You're always seeing the bad side of things. You can't see the lesson learned. You can't see the silver lining. You can't see the victory in it all. You can't seem to find and make the lemonade out of the lemons. And everything defaults to some type of conspiracy or some type of negativity. Someone's jealous of you or someone's hating on you or something bad is going to happen or nobody means any good. Everybody's motives is wrong. There's no trust there. Everything defaults to negative. And so if you are a negative person and you're always complaining, you're always fussing, nothing's ever going right, you're always irritated and annoyed, nobody can do anything right, nobody can say anything right, you've got some emotional baggage and it's weighing you down and it's keeping you stuck. Now, this identifier is a hard one, this next one I'm going to talk about, because most people believe the lies to be true. And so you lie to yourself as an identifier. You tell yourself lies, you make up scenarios in your head. You sit at home and you overthink and you imagine these things happening to you and how you're going to respond and what you're going to do. And everything again defaults to that negative thinking. And so you tell yourself lie after lie after lie, and those lies that you tell yourself is what keeps you in the rut. It's what keeps you stuck. It's what keeps you from moving forward, because again, you're always stuck on the negative. You're not seeing the good in anyone. You're not seeing the good in yourself. You're not seeing the good in situations. And because you're not seeing the good, then you continue to just believe what you believe is to be true. And because you believe the lie, what did I tell you earlier? Your mental, your behaviors follow your mental. So if in your mental you're lying to yourself, well, your behavior is going to go with the lie. It's going to go with the lies you told yourself, and then therefore you're not working positively and productively to create that life you want. You're pretty much going to be stuck where you are. Another identifier is it's always everyone's fault as to why you are where you are. Again, some of these identifiers, we're in denial, but you know that you sit around and you blame everyone else for why you can't get the job, why you can't go somewhere, why you can't do something, why you can't make your dreams come true, why you don't can't write the book, why you can't make the course, why you can't start the business, why you can't participate in the ministry, why you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. It's everyone else's fault. And so that's where we're lacking accountability. Accountability in who you are, what you do, and the fact that you are the maker of your destiny. And if you're not getting anywhere, it's not anyone else's fault. You're not getting there, accept yours. But you don't want to accept it, because if you have to accept that it's your fault that you are where you are, that means that you then have to admit that you're wrong and admit that you're not perfect. And that's when we get into that perfectionism of always wanting to be right and always wanting to look perfect in everyone else's eyes, and no one thinking that we can do no wrong, when the reality is you do. Another identifier is you're numb to life. You're numb. You're bored. You're not feeling much. You just go day by day through this mundane routine, and nothing changes, and you've just kind of accepted it, that this is the way life is, and you just, all your goal is to just get through the day. You just want to get through the day, and you're just numb to what's going on in life. You're numb to the greatness you have. You're numb to the excitement of it all, the enthusiasm of trying new things. You're just not even motivated. All right. Now, this next one is one of the biggest ones that I want you to pay attention to, as to how you will know that you're stuck. And that is, you are unhappy and unfulfilled with your life. You want more. That's where that conflict comes in, that inner conflict. You want more, but you may not know what the more is. And sometimes you do know what the more is. A lot of you know what your more is. You know what you want to do, but you're not doing it. You're not making the move. You're just kind of at war with yourself as to should you do it or not. And so you're unhappy and unfulfilled where you are, but you've chosen to take stability over fulfilling your dreams. You've decided to take security over fulfilling your dreams. You decided to accept mediocre over creating an amazing life. And then you're wondering why you're unhappy and unfulfilled, because you're not living the life that you wanted to live. You're not living out your purpose and the things that you want to do and the things that you've dreamed about. You're not manifesting all of your dreams and living your life as you would like. And so then you're unhappy and unfulfilled. And you just want to do more. You want to make a bigger impact, and you're just not doing it. And it's bothering you. It's bothering you in the inside. You're restless and you're uncomfortable in the inside, because you know where you are is not where you're supposed to be, but you don't know how to get to where you need to be. So if that's you, you're unhappy and unfulfilled, and you want more, you want to do more, but maybe you just don't know how to start, then the challenge, my 5-day challenge, will help you get that jump start. Again, we help you remove the blockers, and we will help you then put together a plan so that you can start manifesting your dreams. So don't forget to go to unstuckandunbothered.com/challenge. Now, the other one is procrastination. That's a big one that everyone does, is procrastination. We procrastinate. You keep putting it off till tomorrow, till next month, till next year, or when the kids get older, or when you get so much money in the bank, or when you get married, or whatever it may be. But you come up with all of these excuses. If you're full of excuses as to why you cannot get started, why you cannot do what you're supposed to do, you are living in misery, you're unhappy and unfulfilled, but you got all these excuses as to why you should stay unhappy and unfulfilled. That right there, my dear, is letting you know that you've got a lot of emotional baggage. Because who is unhappy and unfulfilled and decides, you know what, I'm just going to live an unhappy and unfulfilled life. I'm not going to do anything. If you are unhappy and unfulfilled and you are not doing something, you've got to do something. You cannot settle. You cannot stay where you are. Okay? You cannot keep making these excuses. You cannot stay in the comfort zone. You're in this comfort zone and you're really not comfortable, but you've kind of gotten comfortable with it. It's like that pain. I always give the example of when you're in pain. Like I have inflammation sometimes in my ankles, and it's uncomfortable pain, but I can deal with it because I can still walk. Until one day, the pain was so bad that I couldn't walk. So then I had to go to the doctor. I had to go see the doctor about this pain. Well, if the pain was to get even worse than that, then what I was going to have surgery. Well, I don't want to have surgery. So what are you going to do? I'm going to have to take care of the pain. I'm going to have to address it. And that's the same with us with our emotional pain. Your emotional pain, you've gotten kind of comfortable. Well, I could still move around. I could still have some fun in life, right? But it's not till that pain turns on you and you get more uncomfortable that you now got to go see a doctor, you got to go see a therapist, you got to get a coach, you got to get a mentor, you got to go see a pastor, you got to go talk to somebody because now this pain has become unbearable. But why? Why do we wait till the pain gets worse and the situation gets worse before we do something about it? We've got to stop sitting and waiting for things to get worse than what they are because it costs you. It costs you time. It costs you money. It costs you even more anguish. It costs you your freedom. It costs you peace. It costs you when you don't move and do something about your unhappiness and being unfulfilled and the pain that you have. It's costing you your life. It's costing you the life that you want to live. So we've got to do something. We've got to get unstuck and unbothered. You got to get unstuck and unbothered. Okay. The last one is fear. Fear is what keeps you stuck. You don't want to make a move because you're scared of the unknown. You're scared of you're losing your false identity that people know you as. You don't, again, I don't want people to know that I'm not perfect. I don't want people to know that I'm sometimes wrong. So you fear that. You fear rejection. You fear people not accepting you for who you are or not wanting to be around you, not letting you in their clique. You fear success. I can do this, but what if I get so far and people realize that I'm really not as smart as they think I am, and I'm not really as talented as they think I am. And so you're afraid of success because you think that you won't be able to rise to the occasion. But what you don't realize that as you work on you and you become, and as you work on your craft and your talents, you're going to be prepared to go to the next level. No one's going to find out that you're an imposter because you're not an imposter because you have the talent, you have the gifts, you have the knowledge, you have the experience. You're smarter than than you're giving yourself credit for. You're greater than what you're giving yourself credit for. And so you fear the success because you think you're not great, because you don't see the greatness that everybody else is seeing. So fear will keep you stuck, and we have to overcome the fear, which means that we've got to remove the emotional baggage that is causing, which is fear. Fear is one of those emotional bags that you're carrying around that you're going to have to let go of. You're going to have to overcome and heal from the fear that you have and start realizing who you are and your greatness and who God created you to be. Okay? So we've got to stop waiting. So that is the identifiers. Again, these are things that can be overcome. What's holding you back? What's keeping you from the life you want? Is it the excuses? Is it the fear? If you're miserable, why do you want to keep living in misery? When my ankle was bothering me, why did I just keep living with this ankle bothering me? Why did I wait till it got worse? Now that was a lesson for me to stop waiting for things to get worse. You got to do something different to fix it before it gets worse. So you got to do something different. That's what this is all about. And I'm here to help you do something different because I'm here to help you become who you're supposed to be. So you can do what you're supposed to do, so you can live the life that you want to live. That's why I am here. All right. Now, again, getting unstuck and unbothered.com/challenge Go there and sign up. Don't wait anymore. We've got to do this. We've got to make a move now. We're not going to wait till next month. We're not going to wait till next year. We're not going to be in the same place next year as we are right now today. Not when you have help, and not when it's a reasonable cost. I've priced this to be affordable so that you don't have no more excuses as to why you can't become the happy, fulfilled, satisfied person that you're supposed to be. So go sign up. All right, where you are is not where you have to be. Your past does not define you. You can get rid of the emotional baggage. Your past does not define you. You define you. So I need you to heal, transform, and pursue you.